getting ready to mount their bikes. McCarthy with the stub aero bars on, so she's prepared to do a little time trialing. Mussa's now out. She's been doing this for a while. I think we saw her last year. Ellis running strong. Hart and Williams. Waldridge running very, very strongly with their bike, as is Atchison from Queensland. All right, and Ung is now out of the water as we see a couple of our next heat start their warm-up. Ung running through transition, round down to get her bike. You just see Ung run past our mobile cameras, the technical officials just making sure that all of Ung's equipment is in her bag, is in her bucket. She grabbed her bike, rounds the top corner, and now picks up some speed, running with her bike back down to the bike mount, where she will jump on her bike. So 6Ks on the bike for all these athletes. Some of them have been out there for a little bit now. As Ung gets a big round of applause from the spectators as she goes past the grandstand. So we've got some mobile cameras out on course. We hope to bring you some great live footage from out there. So we're going to relocate up the hill and we hope to bring you some live action from out on the bike course.
Never been afraid to leave your own home? For Susie, all it took was a trip to pick up a daughter and being hit by a careless driver. Her injuries left her in constant pain and fear, her life shattered. Then her insurance didn't come through. This is the car Susie sat in, frozen in terror every morning. But insurers don't get to abandon injured Aussies. With Morris Blackburn's help, Susie fought for fair. She won. And so can you.
I have a healthy snack drawer. All organic, of course. Bedtime stories in 3 languages.
Family choir.
Screen-free Sunday. I really listen.
A little note in their lunchbox.
Avoid white bread. Be the cool mum. Put your phone down when you speak to them.
Present all the time.
All the time.
Mindfulness.
Positive praise.
Mindfulness.
Worry less about what others around you are doing with intelligent cruise control that can slow down and speed up for you. The Nissan Pathfinder. Family driven.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, has over 500 branches Australia-wide, looks after over 1.6 million customers, is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia, and voted the most trusted bank in 2018. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
And we're back. We apologise for that brief break in transmission. We had some slight technical difficulties. So there's one of our shots of one of our tight technical turns. So our athletes are about halfway through their bike leg right now. They've all passed through their U-turn and they're past the cricket pitch and they're heading back out to the short climb, which certainly tests the legs out. So our groups of 3, groups of 2. Our leaders were a group of 2, I believe, working well together. As I can see, a group of 3 just reaching the turnaround. Out of the saddle, stomping on the pedals, getting up to speed, putting the power down to make sure that they don't lose too much time over their chasing competitors. So shortly we will see the athletes come through the chicane that is on our screen now. That chicane is after the green shed, so that is a last turn that our athletes have to do before they dismount their bikes. So some shots we might even see the athletes already out of their shoes. Which is certainly one thing that our athletes have to think about, knowing that there are 4 turns, 4 very, very tight turns as they approach the dismount. So they have to get out of their shoes early, or they know that they have to be very, very quick at getting out of their shoes because they don't have long at all to get out of their shoes after that final turn before they have to get off their bike. So prepare or be very, very good at it. So we look like our athletes are coming back down the final straight for the last time, which means we will see them appear on cameras very shortly.
Heading on those final few turns now into the dismount area.
And we can hear the crowd cheering, so they're getting very, very close. Our athletes there, we just see our lead cyclist coming into screen now.
Here are the first group of 3.
And here we are. It is Bergen, Boucher, Hill, group of 4. McCarthy. McCarthy just off the back. Looks like she's worked very, very hard to catch these 3. So we're coming into transition. Group of 4.
McCarthy's in there.
Followed by racer 223. That's Kate Collins from Queensland. Just a little bit off, but she can certainly make that up over 1.2 kilometres over the 3 laps of our field. Dargan's in next.
Ready to get the shoes on. Who gets out first? Looks like that.
Great ride by Dargan. Boucher's out of transition first though.
Hayley Boucher comes out first.
Boucher first. Hill's next. McCarthy. Berger.
Stride for stride.
McCarthy and Berger very, very evenly matched. Although McCarthy looking like she's got the quicker cadence, she may be feeling a little bit fresher. As Boucher just a bit of a grimace as she went around the corner. Hill sitting on her feet, possibly poised to strike. And just takes the corners, takes the lead right there. Hill has just taken, Tamsin Hill from Queensland, taken quite a commanding lead.
Loose heads across the line. As well goes through.
Hart coming through to finish her first 400 metres. And here's our race leader.
And Sean's out there. Hill coming through.
Here's Hill coming through. She's looking very, very good. She's our leader right now.
Williams, McCarthy, Berger.
Musser,
Collins,
McCarthy, Berger, Williams. And our early leader, Boucher.
Still got some rhythm going there.
She's there still.
Just trying to find a new rhythm to keep it
And
going.
Dargan.
Leah Dargan making up some distance. Doing a great job. Breathing well.
Nice running by Dargan. And we see Waldridge. Tiny little Waldridge has just come out of transition and she has got the afterburners on straight away. Amazing run by Waldridge.
Here comes Varna Ung into transition. Pushing the bike in there, running well through the transition.
Varna Ung now into transition. 18 minutes these athletes have been going for. As we see Atchison, Ellis.
Atchison running through in front of this group, which includes Elise. And Charlotte Davis in there in that group of three.
And here we go. We see our leader just coming back into screen. Musser's there, but here's our leader, Hill. Looking very, very comfortable. Hart is there, Ung is there. McCarthy, Berger. But they've got quite a gap to Hill, to our leader, Hill. Hill has just completed 2 laps, so she's now on her final lap of this final. Williams and Dargan coming through. And Waldridge, very, very quick cadence. We know she can run. And here's Dargan, head down, getting the job done. It's been a long few days for her, but she's still getting it done. Great effort by her.
Focusing completely on the track. Still in the zone, Harley Boucher.
And here we go. Hill has just entered the finishing chute. She's got a chaser though, so it's not game over. She's got about 20 metres. And it looks like Hill has got this one. Fantastic work. Tamsin Hill to finish first place. Collins in second place. Hill first, Collins second. Sophie Berger, third place. McCarthy in fourth. Her first place to Hill in a phenomenal run. Dargan picking up 5th place. Great work, Leah Dargan. Vanna Ung.
Good rhythm. Putting in the effort.
Here's another one of our finishes. This was our early leader off the bike. Boucher just coming into transition there.
Finish line now. Look at the effort this girl's put in.
Williams just finishing 800 metres, which means she's only got 1 lap to go. And we've got a group of 3 coming into the finish chute now, running very, very strongly. We've got Ellis head down. She's absolutely getting it done, making sure that the next place mustard does not catch her. And takes a little look around. Here we go, Wooldridge. Almost catching. That was an absolute sprint there.
Charlotte Davis threw a shoe just before the finish line. It's way back up the track.
So we missed it, but Charlotte Davis could hear Wooldridge coming, started to lift the pace, lost a shoe, but just kept running. Fantastic effort by her. And that is the finish of our A final for the Youth B females.
Here we go, here comes Hart across the line, at pace as well. Tia Hart, well done Tia Hart. Walk it out over to the chairs and get some cold drinks.
Youth B males is up next.
I don't know what's in the water, but it works pretty good. Here comes Indiana. Indiana Williams crosses the finish line, well done.
And that is the starters for our Youth B Males A final. Hayden Small, Lachlan Crome, Callum Close, Liam Wilcox, Billy Zavetsanos, Freddie Ayres, Peyton Craig, Ethan Close, Sebastian Wingad, Douglas Chapman, Brad Shepherd, Cooper Carswell, Mason Pavick, Matthew Thomas, Casper Larkin, and Bradley Butler.
3 days of fun.
Youth B Males A final. Coming up next.
Here she goes, Serenity Aitchison, give her a big hand. Nice finish, Serenity.
Minutes after the finish of this next one.
So on to our Youth B Male A final. This is the final event of today.
Day 3.
So our presentations will be held very shortly after the completion of this B final. A final, apologies, A final.
Competitors are ready at the poolside. We'll just get clearance before we call them up to their lanes. Final event of the day, barring the presentation. So after this event, the officials just need a few minutes up their sleeve to arrange the presentation area. So if everybody would like to stick around after that, we'll get on the presentation. The two big men after this event, this is the one for the day. Clear? Yep. Competitors for the Youth B Males A final on this Saturday afternoon in Lane 1A, Hayden Small. Lane 1B, Lachlan Crome. Lane 2A, Callum Close. Lane 2B, Liam Wilcox. Lane 3A, Billy Zavetsanos. Lane 3B, Freddie Ayres. Lane 4A, Peyton Craig. Lane 4B, Ethan Close. Lane 5A, Sebastian Wingard. 5B, Douglas Chapman. Lane 6A, Brad Shepherd. Lane 6B, Cooper Carswell. Lane 7A, Mason Pavich. Lane 7B, Matthew Thomas. In lane 8A, it's Casper Larkin. And in 8B, Bradley Butler.
Bradley Butler getting a fantastic shout out from the South Australian fans. Bradley being somewhat of a character amongst his teammates. And they're away cleanly. So we can see the leaders in lanes in the middle of the pool, lanes 4, 5. However, what we will say is that they're all tightly packed together. This is a 300-metre swim, 100 down, 200 to go. Looks like South Australia's Brad Shepherd has taken the early lead in this swim. But there is absolutely nothing in it for these athletes here today. Hey?
They're going to lift up their shirt, they've got his name written across.
When? Now?
Yeah, everyone's over.
Bloody hell.
Well, you have to be like on the line.
So you're saying you want me to do that? What? How is that? Well, I can record it. I don't know if he's going to select it, but because there's a. All right, so we've got a lot of the Victorian and South Australian Southern Stars team that have prepared a special welcome for our athletes when they exit the pool. So we are hoping we can pick that up as they exit. So Shepherd in lane 6 still has a bit of a lead. So it's a message. We promise it's not a lewd message that's going live onto our internet. Betrayal. These guys wouldn't betray me, I know that. So Shepherd, one of the early leaders, looks like he has had his lead eaten into by the athlete in lane 3. That is Billy Zavetsanos. So Zavetsanos out of the water first. There we go, Shepherd out second. And close, Craig. Close as well. The message clearly for one of their liked people. Larkin out of the water now. Chapman, Butler. Carswell, Pavic out of the water now. Wilcox and Small. Only one athlete left in the water. That is Chrome, and then all athletes out of the water and into transition. Close running with his bike. Ayres running with his bike. And we have to say the spectators are absolutely going bananas right now. Larkin and Chapman running close together.
Here's the next bloke. Chapman heads out. Larkin heads out. Thomas heads out.
Carswell. Wilcox running at lightning speed. Small and Pavic.
Wilcox determined to get on that bike and get away. Pavic on a roll as well into the mountain.
And Chrome.
Here comes Lockie Chrome.
Lockie Chrome.
Got a little bit of energy up his sleeve, I suspect, young Holtwood Chrome. And out on the track.
So all athletes out on track. We're going to relocate to the hill to see if we can bring you some of that action from that vantage point.
There are 66,200 lawyers in Australia, and choosing one shouldn't be a game of chance. So if your life is turned upside down, who do you turn to? You turn to the lawyers other Aussies recommend. With Maurice Blackburn's help, over 40,000 Australians fought for fair and won. And so can you. And if you don't win your case, you won't have to pay their legal fees.
We can do anything we want to do. Whatever I can do, you can do it too.
With Nissan Intelligent Mobility.
We can do anything we want to do.
Suspension tuned for tough Australian conditions. 3.5 tonnes of braked towing capacity and huge payload. There's nothing you can't do. Nissan Navara. Powerful. Made clever.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, has over 500 branches Australia-wide, looks after over 1.6 million customers, is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia, and voted the most trusted bank in 2018. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
I'm going to go to this. So welcome back to the action from Sports Super Centre, Runaway Bay on the Gold Coast, as we are on the hill watching all of the action as far as we can, and we're going to see if we can capture some of the crowd that has come up to the top of the hill to see if they can get the best vantage point. And we're just going to give a bit of a cheer, people. Come on, guys, give a bit of a cheer. That was terrible. I am absolutely disgusted in all of you. There we go. See, there we go. This is one of the best vantage points. from up here, we can see a solid game of cricket. Looks like they've got a really good spin attack. And also our leaders are out on the bike.
Taping the cricket.
3 for 33 at the whacker as we go to an ad break.
Like a lot of triathletes, no matter how long you've trained or how fast your legs are, when you're coming off the bike, your legs are guaranteed to feel like jelly. It's just a fact of the sport. So here are some ways to mentally prepare for those jelly legs on race day.
Near the end of the bike, what you want to do is actually drop your gears down a little bit to make it a little bit easier so you're spinning your legs, so that when you get off the bike and you run through, your legs aren't going to be as tired. Just remember, when you do come into transition, make sure you rack your bike first before unclipping your helmet. The last thing you want to do is get that far without getting disqualified.
If you think you haven't consumed enough water on the bike, don't take it all at once you dismount. It's important to slowly sip on water to avoid cramping. And you can also take your food with you on the run.
Just remember, when you get off the bike, your legs aren't going to feel as what they do in training. So take that time just to relax a little bit in that first 1 to 2 kilometres and get yourself into a rhythm and get yourself going. And then what you'll find after that, the legs will start coming good and you'll be able to push through and hold those times you have been doing in training.
So we head back to a picture of our pool, which has been the centre of a lot of our action today, although it will not get another use today. This is the final race of the day. There's been a lot of racing over the last 3 days, but this is the final race of Saturday. This is the Youth B Males A final. So it looks like we have 2 leaders just out in front, followed by a third who is about 50 or so metres back, working very, very hard to catch up. Looks like Brad Shepherd, one of the 2 riders out in front. Brad being an absolutely phenomenal swimmer. So 300 metres of swimming is in the bank. Now they're doing their 6K ride and then they're going to get off the bike, 1.2K run. That's 3 laps of that 400 metre track. And as we said earlier, our presentations will be held immediately after the conclusion of this race. The finish chute, that is the finish chute that awaits our athletes very, very shortly. So we can see our riders at the hill, so they will be coming in towards transition. So great shot of a lot of our spectators who are relocating. They were up the hill. They've now come down trackside in preparation for the run, where they will be cheering on, trying to eke out every last little bit. And here's our leaders. It is Close and Craig. Queenslander Close has got about a 3 or 4 second lead over Craig. Ethan Close, Peyton Craig, Ethan Close, Peyton Craig, followed by Chapman. Close again, Ayres, Zavetsanos. So we've got two runners, followed by 4. We see Close. What an amazingly fast transition there. He's just picked up some seconds just then. And Close has doubled his lead in transition.
3 laps to go. Ethan Close leads them away. Nice running rhythm. Holding down first place.
Craig breathing heavily as he runs past us.
Did well in the pool.
Close again.
Callum Close across there now in 3rd place.
There's Callum Close, Chapman, Ayres, Zavetsanos looking to get out of transition and already is trying to overtake Ayres. And the rest of our pack is just coming through now. Another 6 athletes. The Brads, Brad Butler, Brad Shepherd. Wilcox is also in there.
First out of the water.
There's good footage of our leader as Wilcox just unzips, trying to get as much air as he possibly can. Chrome's out, Carswell's out, Pavick's out, Butler's out, Shepherd's out. Larkin's also into transition as well. And Matthew Thomas of Queensland also out.
Showing some good rhythm.
So our 2 leaders, Close and Craig, they've settled in. The gap between the 2 of them, about 5 metres. It hasn't moved for 400 metres, so it's going to stay there for a little bit longer. Can Craig kick and catch Close? Hayden Small, he's making up ground. He's not too far off the pace.
Casper Larkin rolls past him.
As it looks like in the back straight, Craig has definitely closed that gap to Close. It was 5 metres, now it's about 2. And I think we're about to see the catch. And there it is. There's the catch. Coming around the outside, that's a confident move. The 2 of them running shoulder to shoulder. Halfway down in their run, 1.2 kilometres is their run. They've done 1.5 laps. And they're pushing a relentless pace.
Will he make a move? When will he make the move?
So Craig has come to the front of this duo. Close, who's been leading for the first part of the run, sitting on Craig's heels. Does he have enough in the tank to come back, give a second effort? Or is Close?
He's made the move, and he's starting to move away as well. Hayden Small, run past. Getting some great encouragement as well. Keeping rolling, Chapman comes through. Billy's outside, slipping down.
And there's our leaders. Craig now with about almost a 10-metre gap on Close. He started off the run sitting on Close's heels. He's waited, he's bided his time. This is a very, very smart move. And now at the right time, he's kicked away. As he enters the chute, takes a quick look behind as he turns. He sees that Close is 10, 12 metres behind, and he kicks again. 12 metres becomes 15. Craig has got this one. Peyton Craig of Queensland. Yeah, he pumps his fists. He's got this one. Ethan Close, fantastic run.
What a great race from these two guys. What a huge effort from the pair of them. Good battle between first and second all the way through that race.
Next down the chute, Chapman. Not letting his foot off the gas. He comes in as quick as he can. Zavetsanos. Zavetsanos takes our 4th place. Ayres in 5th. Close. Just closing in on Ayres. That was Callum Close. Not to be confused with Ethan Close, our runner-up in this final. And Carswell coming into the finish chute now as we just see him pop into frame. That's right, that's Carswell. In comes Chrome, in comes Wilcox. Wilcox has given it absolutely everything. You see the pain etched on his face. What a 3 days that young man has had. And in come the Brads. Brad Shepherd, Bradley Butler. And in between them, in between the Brad sandwich, 254. That's Matthew Thomas from Queensland. Here comes Pavic. Pavic's got 20 metres to go. He's almost there, followed by Small. Small also feeling every bit of emotion as he crosses the line. He's given it everything these last few days.
One more coming.
So we've still got one more athlete out in the pack, and it is Larkin. Larkin pumping the fists as he comes down the finish chute. What a great effort. He's getting the wave. He's getting the Mexican wave from the spectators as he comes down the chute. Great work by Larkin. There we go. Casper Larkin finishes it off.
We probably missed a couple of outstanding moments just then. Like,
Yeah, what was that one coming back in? Did he come off the bike?
yeah, he came off, and so everyone.
That's not too.
And there's a couple hundred parents out there at the cycle turn and all those kids.
officials here. First, to my left, Dan Mangano, who is the Triathlon Australia High Performance Operations Manager, and Keith Flory, who is our Triathlon Australia High Performance Programs Manager. So thank you guys for helping with these presentations. I know that this particular race event is directly related to a lot of the significant development initiatives that are going on for Triathlon Australia and the High Performance Unit in particular right now. So we're pleased to be a part of that. So without further ado, I will start with these presentations for the Youth B female. Across all of these races, the points were tallied and totaled, and with 151.5 points, third place from Queensland goes to Kate Collins. Okay, we'll just maybe just come over here closer to the, you guys can get up there.
Jump on and I'll give you the medal.
In second place with 181.5 points, also from Queensland, goes to Leah Dargan.
Thank you.
Hop up on stage and all.
Unless you want the boys' medal.
Congratulations so far, girls. And in a very, very tight finish for these points, with 186 points, finishing in first place, with a fantastic race today to finish the day from Queensland. Please congratulate Tamsin Hill.
Congratulations for racing. Well done.
So girls, while you're posing for these great photos, and we'll open this up for your parents to come over and get some more photos, I do want to ask you a few questions. Tamsin, we'll start with you today. Tell us about the race weekend and how it was for you.
It was pretty hard. I didn't know that I was going to play first, and that's all.
Well done. Good on you, Tamsin. That's great. Fantastic. Leah, you had such a fast start to the racing. How was the weekend for you? You got so many first places when you were racing throughout the weekend, and you've done so fantastically. Tell us how you feel and how it was the whole weekend.
Thank you. I feel really sore, really tired. It's been a big week. It's been hot, but it's been a lot of fun, and thank you to everyone. Yeah.
Great. Well done, Leah. And last but certainly not least, Katie, what is this racing for you, and how has that helped you grow as a triathlete?
Yeah, it was a pretty tough weekend, like, I didn't realise, but yeah, it's a tough competition, everyone did amazing, but yeah.
Well done, girls. Well, one more round of applause for these girls, and girls, just stay here and grab a couple more photos. Parents, if you wanted to come in quickly and grab some more shots, please do that. We are just getting ready to present the boys very shortly.
Take that one too.
Yeah, it's great.
Mixed up.
I thought I was going to have to delay some more time.
No, I thought you could just do it.
We had that like 5 minutes ago.
Okay, we're going to move into the Youth B boys now, and again some fantastic racing across the entire race series. So I'm going to start in third place here. So in third place with 125 points totaled Please congratulate, from Queensland, Douglas Chapman. We need to probably stay closer to the stage so they stop having to move the camera around.
Congratulations. Jump up and I'll pull you over
In second place with 174 points, from Queensland, Ethan Close. Enjoying the moment, or are you just very sore?
Oh, sore. Thank you.
Congratulations. Jump up and I'll chuck it over you.
And in first place, with a terrific number of races across the few days, with 202.5 points, also from Queensland, please congratulate, from the Sunshine Coast Tri Academy, Peyton Craig.
Good luck.
Congratulations. Jump up and I'll chuck it on. Well done, boys.
Okay, well, I won't let you guys off the hook. The girls had to say a couple of words, so you're going to have to do the same. So this time I'm going to start with you, Doug. Tell us your club and tell us how you feel after this race weekend.
With being energetic and how important this was for a legal race. And it made me work a lot on the bike.
Good man, good insights, well done. And maybe Coach Rena might have a few words for you. Now you'll listen to her about the swimming. Okay, Ethan, we know that you were looking pretty ginger there walking up to the podium, but tell us about your weekend, and don't forget to tell us what club you're from as well.
Yeah, well, with the Triathlon, and this weekend was just brutal. Legs hurt. Can't keep with Craig on the run. It's annoying.
Well, it's great to see such great competition, and Peyton, you bring us home with some words about the weekend, and don't forget to tell us about Coach Toby Coote and all the great words of advice he's given you before the weekend.
Well, yeah, it's really tough. That's for sure. Yeah, it's just great. Every race, learning after every race. Great advice from Toby, taking into the next, and also a little shout out for Sebastian in that final. Unfortunately, he went down twice, but he had a great weekend.
Fantastic, great competitors. Just stay there and grab some more photos. With some fantastic moments out there today. I know that Sebastian did have that unfortunate accident, but what a great show of sportsmanship to have all the athletes go over and pat him on the back. And no doubt we'll see all of these athletes back competing again as Youth A. But this will bring our day to a close today, and we look forward to some more finals tomorrow. We'll have some more fast and furious racing. We thank everybody for coming, and have a safe trip home for those of you who are leaving, and everybody else, we'll see you tomorrow.